Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So what I like to do is to first hold each deck up to the camera for you to see if it's resonating with you. Starting with deck number 1. Could your story or message be here in deck number 1? Or is it in deck number 2? Could your story or message be here in deck number 2? Or is it in deck number 3? Could your story or message be here in deck number 3? Alright, so I hope you have made your selection. And we'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. You have the 4 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, the High Priestess, Strength, 2 of Wands, overall energy, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, and 5 of Cups. Okay, so I feel like maybe some past disappointment has kind of like awakened you and has made you more determined now than ever to pursue, some sort of goals or dreams. Maybe there's been some sort of disappointment in someone else's life, and maybe you saw that and you felt like you didn't want that to happen to you. But it seems like whatever's going on, like something inspired or motivated you to push forward and to try harder and to not be afraid. I feel like you're also, for whatever reason, needing to defend yourself or your actions. Maybe you feel like, you have some sort of reason for having to stand behind whatever happened and people are against it. And I just feel like you're just kind of like explaining to people like, this is my life, or this is what I have to do. This is what's best. And it just seems like you're just like pushing forward, but at the same time, maybe in a sense, it's kind of in a defensive way. So maybe people, for whatever reason, are against some things that you're setting out to do. Especially if you're, getting ready to move or travel. I just feel like you're so motivated. Something has you very passionate inside, and I feel like there's a fire burning within you. Now, it does seem like before you continue, you might take a time out to make sure that you aren't being irrational. I feel like you just kind of take some sort of a mental pause so that you can think about, what you're getting ready to do. It also could be that you not warned people, but you basically gave people a heads up on, what you were getting ready to do. And now you're just kind of like preparing yourself to continue forward, but you just wanted to prep everybody. But I feel like, maybe you're getting ready to pursue your dreams. Maybe people accuse you of being delusional, or just not thinking clearly. But I feel like you are just wanting to go after your dreams, or something is like you always dreamed about this. And I do feel like, something is going to become a reality for you because you have that drive within you to make it happen. I feel like you also are initiating change. I don't feel like you're waiting for anybody to help you or assist you. I feel like you are being the initiator, or you're being proactive in a situation. You also might be doing something for your family. Maybe you feel like, you've got to set certain things up for your family. Or, you're just kind of like seeing the bigger picture. You're like, this isn't just for me, this is for my entire family. So I feel like you're wanting to establish something in your life, so that it's not just a selfish act. You're thinking for the collective, or you're thinking for your family and people that you love or care about. I feel like you have gone through some sort of transformation here, where you became stronger. I feel like you had to undergo some sort of purification, and it does seem like maybe you've evolved, or you're maybe a different person than what you used to be. And I just feel like you have a lot of courage about whatever's getting ready to happen, or whatever you're about to do. You have like a lot of courage. Maybe people see you as being brave, or strong-willed. And, I feel like ultimately people will support you in what you're doing, but you're not going to wait for approval or validation. I feel like you're just going for it. I feel like you're also, like, in a sense, staking your claim in something. Now, in the case of a situation with a job, you might feel the need to protect your position, especially if there's any newcomers, and you're feeling like your position is being threatened. I feel like you're going to be proactive in making sure that nobody takes your position, or you're letting people know, like, hey, like, I've been here so many years, or I know how to do this, or I brought this to the table, and maybe you're having to promote yourself at work to make sure that nobody's thinking about edging you out or pushing you out the way. You also might have to create a position for yourself at work. Like, you find out where there's a need, and you're like, you know what? I noticed nobody's doing this. I feel like if I had this type of position, that, I could take care of this, or, maybe you're creating some sort of position for yourself that they didn't see or realize that they had a need for, or maybe you're bringing that to their attention. But I feel that, you're going to stand out from your competitors. And, this is also indicating having some sort of victory. So I feel like you're going to have some sort of victory at, whatever you do, whether this is work related or not. This is a sign of victory for you. I feel like you are going to overcome or defeat obstacles, defeat enemies, and anything that is blocking you. People might be seeing you as a leader or as an example. You could be inspiring people. I feel like you're also needing to pay attention to your literal dreams, because you might be receiving some sort of signs or messages to prepare you for the future. You might find yourself having a strong premonition this week, especially if you're already intuitive. I feel like Spirit is trying to prepare you for what's to come. I kind of feel like somebody is also, like, looking over you, like you're being protected. In a love situation, I feel like this is more about someone who is pursuing you. Somebody who's determined to be with you, and I feel like this person is going to do whatever it takes to establish some sort of happy life with you. If you're already in an established relationship, then maybe somebody is fighting for you, or does not want you. If they feel like the relationship is being threatened, they don't want to make a mistake, they don't want to lose you, then I feel like maybe this person is coming to their senses and they're fighting for you. Also, if you guys have been trying to have a baby, I feel like you guys are like working extra hard to make that happen. You're doing everything that you can to bring a child into the world. That it also could be that you just had a child and you're just like in protective mode. Speaking of protective mode, something could be going on where like your spidey senses are going off and you're like, you know, something isn't right, and maybe you are trying to protect someone that you love, protect a family member, a child, somebody. It just seems that, you know, your parental instincts, especially if you have children, your parental instincts are maybe heightened. And yeah, you can detect if there is a predator around you, or if somebody is just like in danger. So I'm also getting that you are establishing healthy boundaries in your life with anybody that, you know, maybe has tried to cross you, or if your partner hasn't been giving you space or crossing a line in some way. I just see healthy boundaries being set up. I feel like if you've been patiently waiting for a relationship, like you had to heal, and I feel like, you know, now is maybe a good time for a relationship to begin, because it's like now you're at peace, you're calm. Feels like you also were successful at completing something spiritual, and you're about to be rewarded. I feel like you're also just being rewarded for overcoming your fears in general. And then, like I said, if you're being pursued, this person, they're coming towards you. They're ready. Maybe this person had to do some healing. I feel like this person is ready to start some sort of new chapter in their life, and they want it to be with you. I feel like you're also doing a good job at manifesting peace in your life, stabilizing your mood. If you've been determined to get off of some sort of medications, I do feel like maybe, especially more so something like having a disease that's controllable through diet. I feel like maybe you're being successful at getting back on track and maybe reversing whatever the disease is because of your eating habits. I'm sorry, this is like bugging me. Okay. So yeah, I kind of feel too like there is something that you're trying to find out information about. You might be trying to find out information about your family. Maybe you're trying to find out if something runs in your family. Maybe you're trying to find out if someone is related to you or in your family. In regards to career, I feel like you are researching like statistics or something, just trying to see what your chances are. Because like I said, initially you're determined, but then at some point it does seem like you're like, okay, let me just make sure that I'm not being delusional here. And so I feel like you're looking at some sort of statistics, or you're doing some kind of research before you continue to pursue a dream of yours. I feel like you want to make sure this is something that can actually become a reality. If being pursued, somebody is just trying to find out information about you. Maybe they're asking a family member questions about you. Yeah, so I feel like you're needing to pay attention to your dreams. Now, someone who is deceased might visit you in a dream, especially if this is, let's say, you were healing and you were in mourning, but now you're healing. I kind of feel like whoever this is that wanted to visit you was waiting for you to be in a healthy state before they appear to you in a dream. And so I feel like somebody who has crossed over, they're going to visit you in a dream. Yeah. Feels like you're going to learn a secret about a family member. Either, I don't know, like you find out you have a secret sibling, or find out something about your mom or dad or grandparents that had an affair. I just feel like you're going to find out a family secret, or maybe a family member wants to tell you something on their deathbed or before they pass away. But I feel like you're going to learn a family secret. Someone could reveal to you where something is hidden. In a love situation, there could be a Leo or a Scorpio coming into your life. Somebody's been holding back their grief. I feel like somebody is putting on this persona of being strong, but you know, there's some sort of pain going on inside. I also feel like maybe someone's ego has been in the way, and maybe someone is coming to realize this. It could be you, but it could be somebody in your life. It doesn't have to be a love interest, but I feel like somebody around you is having regrets or guilt or feels bad about something that happened in the past. There also could be something going on where you are being like a mediator between two people, trying to get two people to make up. And then I also feel like someone's mother, I don't know, somebody might find out something sad or disappointing about the mother. You might find out that someone was behaving a certain way because they were in defense mode. That was a defense mechanism. Also, I feel that whoever has been trying to have children and just have not yet been successful, I feel like somebody's not wanting to get their hopes up. But at the same time, I feel like somebody is willing or ready to attempt to have a baby again. I kind of feel like somebody is needing courage to step out on their own, or step out into the spotlight. Courage to be themselves. If someone has been in hiding, I feel like somebody is ready to step outside of the shadows or ready to reveal themselves. If you've been withholding some sort of gift, I feel like you're ready to share it. Maybe there was some sort of fear of being judged. Some of you could be getting ready to start a new career or new job and you're excited about it. But it's like you've been waiting for this moment. I just feel like it's your time to shine and you're about to step into the spotlight in some way. All right, so let's move on to deck number 2. You have the 3 of Wands. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. You have the 7 of Pentacles. You've got the 8 of Swords. 5 of Swords. Overall energy, the Wheel. 4 of Cups. And 6 of Cups. All right. So I feel like initially maybe you were connecting with someone or felt like you found someone that you could trust. And then, I don't know, something shifted, something changed. I feel that you go from being open to someone to like just like closed in, like you pulled back, like you were out of your shell, now you're back in it. I kind of feel too like maybe someone is getting ready to go away or move. But I feel like, you know, something is destined at the same time. Like something is destined to happen, or I feel like the wheels have already started turning in a situation. And it's like, oh no, like this, the ball is rolling now. Like, you know, something has to play out. You have to let nature run its course. So you may have been trying to prevent something from happening, but I feel like you can't because it's part of your destiny. Maybe you were trying not to have feelings for somebody. You know, maybe feelings were starting to develop and you were like, I don't want this to happen. Or maybe for whatever reason, you just wanted to control what was happening. It just seems like you're trying to stop something from happening, but it's too late. It's like, no, this is destined. I feel like you're also maybe being open to an earth sign. Maybe initially you were being closed off to an earth sign, but now it seems like you're open, or you're keeping an open mind. Maybe you didn't want to hear what somebody had to say, but now you're just kind of like, okay, like, you know, what is it? Or, you know, I'm ready to listen. So I feel like you're just being open. You might realize that you're needing to be patient with someone, or maybe someone is feeling that way about you. And again, it's like the seed has already been planted in a situation. Like something has already started to grow or develop. And even though something might be taking a long time, it's still happening. I feel like somebody is also doing something in private. Like maybe you're making some sort of plans, but you're not telling people about it. You're being very secretive or private about whatever it is that you're doing, or something that's in development, but you haven't shared it with people. I feel like you also might put up a wall, and maybe it's hard for you to let people in, and you just have a hard time trusting people, or it takes just a very long time for you to trust people. Something might trigger your insecurities. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like something triggers your insecurities, and you start to overthink, and become isolated in your own thoughts, and it prevents you from moving forward. I feel like you're needing to just kind of change your thought process. You might need to break away from something mentally. This also has to do with some sort of ideas or thoughts that you have. They might be blocking you from seeing truth, or blocking you from progressing. Something seems like it's all mental. Especially if it has to do with some sort of trust issues and you keep, one minute you trust someone and next minute you don't. I feel like you're needing to figure out where that is stemming from. You also might have to like put yourself in check. So especially if you are expecting people to read your mind, like let's say for instance you were around a group of people and everybody is having a conversation with each other and nobody said that you can't interject, but because no one initiated communication with you, you just kind of stand in the middle of these people like, nobody likes me. You know, you just start saying, nobody's talking to me. Nobody likes me, I guess. And it's like nobody around you even knows that you're having these thoughts. And so it's like you've created some sort of barrier or a wall up around yourself. You did it. Like nobody said that you weren't included. You're isolating yourself. And so I feel like you're needing to just kind of, look at it from a different perspective, because you may have fallen into some sort of victim mentality, or feeling like you're needing to be rescued, or like, can't people see that I'm standing here waiting for somebody to start a conversation with me and they're not doing it. I really feel like that is you. You're giving off that energy of leave me alone, or, maybe you've also made yourself invisible by having these thoughts, and maybe people don't see you because of the way you're thinking, that mentality. So it's like some sort of invisible barrier that you've created around yourself. And then two, we're ending up with some sort of miscommunication and maybe immature reactions or responses. I feel like at some point ego just kind of gets in the way and stops something from progressing. Somebody might play mind games, or, it could be you. Maybe someone thinks you're playing mind games. Maybe you feel like you're not. And then somebody is like, yes, you are. And you're like, why do they think that? So I don't know. But usually with this energy, there's an indication that something's going wrong on both ends. It's like two wrongs don't make a right. Something does look like somebody could be stringing you along. And maybe, even if this person is playing mind games, maybe you're playing mind games with yourself by thinking that this person's going to change. Or, something like that. So I feel like it goes both ways. I kind of feel like somebody also has a fear of being made fun of or teased. But it's like, again, where are these thoughts coming from? Why is that the assumption? Also, people who don't understand your dreams might say negative things to discourage you. And it's still you allowing somebody to get into your head, and you have to defeat those negative thoughts. People might not understand why you want to move to Poland. It's like, why do you want to live there? And it's like, well, I found out that they get free housing there, and and you could do this and you could do that. So in somebody else's mind it doesn't make sense, but in your mind it makes clear sense. But I still feel like you're going to be ridiculed or misunderstood for something that you seriously want to do. Maybe you want to go back to school, and people are like, oh, you're so old, like, what are you doing going back to school? Just anything, like, so, or maybe people think you're too young to want to get married so young. Like, who gets married anymore? Like, so I feel like somebody is in your head and making you feel some type of way for whatever dreams that you have, something that you want to do. I feel like you need to believe in yourself. Now, I also feel like you might need distance or space from your family. You might need a vacation, or you might need to just move away. There could be some trust issues between you and an earth sign. Also could be either a Pisces or an air sign, but I feel like there are some trust issues between these two people. Either someone doesn't believe you or you don't believe them. Maybe you don't feel like you can fully take someone seriously. There also may be someone that you want to work with creatively. Let's say you work in some sort of a creative field. Something's going on where maybe you don't trust this person with your creative ideas. Or maybe you just keep thinking like you can't depend on this person. Something's going on. There's a fear of abandonment. And maybe you feel like I'd rather just do this on my own because I don't think they're going to come through. Or maybe you're creating some sort of plan B or some sort of backup plan just in case somebody doesn't follow up with what they promised. On a positive note, you might be writing something and creating some sort of character, or basing your character off of someone that you know. And I feel like you could be using your imagination to create. There's also the possibility of some sort of job offer. It's kind of like, are you ready for responsibility? Or like, get ready to take on some sort of responsibility. So you might be getting ready to be promoted, or maybe someone has been considering you for some sort of position. I feel like if that's the case, that somebody has quietly been observing you, and maybe they see you fit for this type of position. And so I feel like somebody's going to invite you in on something that isn't necessarily posted or shared everywhere, but they're going to pull you in. Another thing I'm getting is that somebody could pull some strings for you. People might be questioning how you got a certain position, or maybe feeling like something is nepotism. And so there could be something like that going on as well. But I see, that there has been some hard work put in, and just being recognized for hard work. And I feel like, it's going to go noticed one day. It's not going to be unnoticed. Someone is going to recognize your hard work one day. Kind of feels too like maybe somebody's been trying to establish something for family, which is a similar message that just came from the other deck. If somebody is about to get out of jail, I feel like maybe somebody that has a business is aware of this and has already been preparing for this person to come and work with them once they get out. I feel like somebody is also looking for a safe space, or trying to make sure that they have a safe space with you. I feel like somebody is like, before we go any further, or before we continue this, I want to see if, you're trustworthy, or if I can feel comfortable sharing this information with you. So I don't know, I just kind of feel like somebody is just trying to make sure that they have a safe space. Someone also needs a little bit of encouragement when it comes to communicating or speaking in public, or I don't know, I just kind of feel like somebody needs a little bit of encouragement. In a love situation, there could be some kind of intimidation with whoever you're dealing with. They are somehow triggering your insecurities, and not saying that anything's wrong with you. But I kind of feel like maybe, let's just say the person is extremely good looking, and maybe you, although you find yourself attractive, maybe, you were bullied as a child, and, nobody ever thought you were attractive. So when this person's interested in you, it just brings out all sorts of insecurities, and you start thinking negatively, like you're bullies, like, what, why are they with them, or why would they be interested in them? So I don't know. Maybe the insecurities are coming out because of someone's physical appearance, or maybe it's someone's social status. But it's something that triggers insecurities about a love interest that you have. If you try to give someone too much space, it might be misinterpreted as being uninterested. Okay, I also feel that either you are being envious of somebody's life or somebody might become envious of yours. They're wondering, how did you get that? How did you get that money? How did you get that job? How did you get that person? Yeah. There also could be a jealous ex, or if someone is lurking, they might not like what they see. Somebody might be acting opposite of what they say. Like they say they're happy for you, but they're being very distant or weird. I feel like somebody's family doesn't get them and is being very critical. You might be looking for a soul tribe because your family is being so petty or just doesn't get you. All right. Let's move on to deck number 3. You've got the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the World, Judgment, King of Wands, overall energy, 5 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Okay. You may have made some sort of connection with someone, and maybe you guys just were getting along, or you had like a lot in common. Maybe there's been a lot of compliments between the two of you. And I don't know, all of a sudden it seems like there's some sort of blockage or resistance. Okay, so I feel like off the bat, relationship wise, if you're connecting with someone and this person pulls back or, you know, starts acting just a certain type of way, I feel that they're torn. Either they're already in a relationship, an established relationship, or maybe someone just popped back up in the picture and they told them about you, and now the other person is kind of like feeling competitive and trying to stop them from moving forward with you. It's kind of like a playful competition. I like somebody also could be purposely trying to seduce. Something is starting to feel like two people competing. One person is kind of flashing the other person, then the other person comes and does their thing. Like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like there's some sort of playful competition between two people. Especially maybe if it's something at the workspace. You know, one person, one minute they're flirting with one coworker, then the next thing you're like, oh, okay, let me make sure I wear this particular outfit to work tomorrow so that they won't even be thinking about so and so. You know, it's just kind of like some sort of back and forth going on. I feel too like one minute someone is paying you like a lot of attention, and maybe the next minute they're not. But I feel like for the most part, you are feeling very confident about something. You've got like some huge ego boost. And I feel like you're going to run with it. I feel like you've also got more supporters than people who are against you. Something's going on where I feel like you're going to be standing out at work, or you're being recognized for what you do, and it's just like a lot of positive feedback. Yeah, something's going on where I feel like you're getting like a lot of recognition at work, or for something that you're doing that's work related. Whatever's going on, I feel like it's encouraging you to keep going. I see you also maybe traveling or relocating. You're coming off determined to overcome any type of obstacles as well. I feel like there's something that you're needing to complete. Like, I feel like you're going to complete one aspect of your life or something that you have been working on. You're going to complete that. And then after you complete that, you're like, okay, now time for me to complete this. So I feel like you're in a mood for completing projects this week, especially like passion projects or things that you've been putting off. Maybe you've been getting distracted from certain things, but I feel like you're going to be focused and you're determined to complete something. I feel like this is good for any type of paperwork, or if you're a writer and you've been procrastinating, I feel like you're going to complete something. In a love situation, going back to some sort of competitive energies, I don't know, I kind of feel like there's a fire sign that is, I don't know, I feel like this person keeps stepping in front of you. Even if you've blocked this person or tried to turn away from this person, I feel like they keep popping up. Unfortunately, if this is somebody from your past that you don't want to deal with, I feel like this person is just hard to get rid of, if even possible. This is like, how many times do I have to block you or say no, or say I'm not interested? Like, something's going on where this person just keeps popping up in your life, calling you. And then the bad thing about it is that I feel like this person's in a relationship, yet they're trying so hard to be with you. This person might feel like they're not finished, or like there hasn't been closure between you and them. Whoever this is, I feel like they're very confident, dominating, definitely more so Leo energy. But they could be Aries or Sagittarius. But I feel like this person, they've got Leo energy because they're so confident. Borderline cockiness, but that of course is probably due to some other placements. But yeah. Somebody also is trying to apologize or wants forgiveness. Maybe they have not forgiven themselves for, you know, something that happened in the past, and they just feel obligated to get you to forgive them or give them a second chance. I feel like even if you aren't interested in this person, you like the attention that they give you, or you like their determination, because it starts to make you wonder, like, what is it about me? There's a strong possibility that somebody is talking about coming to visit you even though you don't want them to. And you might be telling them like you're in a relationship, or, you know, you did this to me. Like, I don't want to see you. And this person's acting like they don't hear you. I feel like they're coming anyway, or they're still at least putting that intention out there to come and see you. They are determined to just like be friends with you at the least. I feel like if you let this person in your life, like, they're gonna break down that barrier that you have. I feel like if you let them back in, they're gonna, you know, even if it's just for one night, I don't know. I would try to avoid that because you might get yourself caught up in some sort of love triangle with this person. Something also feels like you could be moving on from an earth sign and moving towards a fire sign. If you're concerned about money, I feel like your money is coming. Your money is going to start to grow. Oh boy. Yeah, there's someone's planning to come see you and they don't care what you say. They've been fantasizing about it, and they want to make this a reality. They're like, I'm coming for you. And they're so confident. I feel like you can't like really knock this person off their high horse. They're so determined. They're so confident that they're going to win. This person's going to find out where you live if they don't know already. Oh my God, somebody's been fantasizing so much about you. almost feels too like maybe someone is like coming in between two people. Let's say you even said that you were in a relationship. This person does not care. They're like, I'm about to get rid of them. Like, they don't exist to me. Like, something's going on where this person doesn't care about separating you from another person. I feel like you're trying to really block somebody, though, either because you are in a relationship or because they're in a relationship and you don't want any parts of it. But like I said, they're determined. Now, aside from somebody pursuing you, again, I'm just getting the energy of you being determined to pursue your dream job, or to move to your dream location. Like, something is your dream and you're like, I'm going to achieve this. Like, I'm not going to stop until this has been fulfilled. I feel like almost like your soul won't rest until you fulfill some sort of destiny. So regardless of what's going on, I feel like you're going to go towards your dream job or location. Or maybe your dream job requires you to relocate. You also might be feeling like you have a superpower. I feel like somebody is calling you, both literally and telepathically. I feel like you're possibly being lured into an agreement. The other thing is that the other way I interpret is that you are secretly going after the dream. Or you're traveling in secret. You're not telling anybody where you're going or where you're headed. I feel like you're drawn to something. You're drawn to a person or a situation because it is part of your karma. Also, whatever's going on, I feel like you're just kind of playing it by ear. You're like, let me just see what happens if I do this. Oh, okay, that went through. Let me see what happens if I do this. And I feel like you just keep doing something like that. And I feel like things just keep opening up for you easily, but that's because it's part of your destiny. Like, something is starting to go, it's going over too smooth or too easy for you. I also feel like somebody's going to put something out there. They're like, let me just put this out here. What do you think about blah, blah, blah? And they leave you debating about whether or not you should do it or not, whatever this is. So I'm getting like the energy of like a video game, like you complete things in levels. So something was not finished or completed. You just completed one level. Now you have to complete level 2. So something has to be completed in levels. So that confident person, even if you reject them, they might feel bad, but they're going to hide it. And I feel like they're still not going to quit. They might give up for the time being, but it's like they'll be back. I feel like this person just does not stop. I also feel like somebody misses you or feels like something's missing. Almost like this, maybe they haven't been the same since you went away. And I know it sounds like lyrics, but that's kind of like what I'm getting. Somebody feels like something is missing in their life until you come back. Now, if this is about you and something that you want, you might feel like some sort of emptiness until you've achieved that particular goal. But the willpower is there. The will and determination to have what you want is there. There may be times where you feel like giving up, but I don't feel like you will. Yeah. So those are the messages that I have for you guys. Hopefully some things resonated. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you for watching. Sending love and grace.